Hi, welcome to another Around Town. I'm Carrie Ann Worley and I'm here at How You Brewin. Let's check out what they have in store for us today.
1, 2, 3, come on!
Thank you, Tyler, for having us. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, my pleasure. Thank you for coming. So me and my wife are partners. Our other partners, Dan and Lori Millay, they live in LBI, New Jersey. They have a house here as well that so they come down about once a month. So they're a very, very big part of what we do here and getting us off the ground. They've known my wife since she was tiny. I mean, it's just been kind of always a topic of conversation since we've known them. And it just kind of came to fruition. So yeah, that's kind of us in a nutshell.
Wonderful. So how long have you guys been open here in Pompano?
Yeah, so our grand opening was August 5th. We were open just a few days prior to that, kind of a soft opening thing going on. So just about a month and a half, I guess coming up on almost 2 months. So we're still new for sure.
And how did you guys decide on this location specifically?
Yeah, so I give a lot of credit to Dan and Lori, our partners. I mean, they headed that. I mean, they've spearheaded a lot of this. I mean, they've done it before. They have 2 locations up there. So they headed that up with our realtor, and he did a phenomenal job. His name's also Dan. Did a phenomenal job helping us find the space. Just with this area been growing so much over the last 5 to 6 years, it just made sense with the foot traffic that's down here in season. Being at the bottom of the garage where everyone has to pretty much park and then be able to come down. So yeah, I mean, we've seen this area, like I said, me and my wife are local, so we've seen this area grow up so much over the last few years that when we had a chance to be a part of this area, this location in Pompano, I mean, we jumped at it, so we were all for it.
Yeah, absolutely. So how can the community continue to embrace you?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that deserves a thank you in itself. I mean, so many locals from the surrounding condos have been coming out. Really people from all over Pompano have been coming out. Friends, family, people that we're just meeting for the first time have just been really supporting us because obviously this is the slow time of the year. So it's that catch-22. It's a good time to start a business because you're training and developing and working out the kinks. So, but it's also tough to start a new business in the slowest time of year as well. So we appreciate everyone coming out. They can continue to support us through social media, which they've done tremendously, and just coming out and seeing this.
Okay.
So,
what are the future plans? Any events that we can expect?
So we have the pop-up vendors that we're trying to get with, which will be small businesses locally to this area that come in and pretty much sell handmade jewelry, soaps, handmade products that just support local small businesses. And it's just kind of creates a cool vibe in here as well to have something like that unique. Outside of that, we have obviously the city of Pompano has a ton of stuff coming up that we're just looking to kind of piggyback. The Jazz Fest is already on the books, I believe, for January. I mean, there's just a lot of stuff. Pompano does a great job of doing stuff. The drone show in November. So we're going to try to do some stuff out on the patio for that as well to accommodate the masses of people that will be coming out to see that. So hopefully people can check us out then as well.
Great. So when someone comes into How You Brewin, what can they expect?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is we're really big in our culture and our environment that we create, and it starts with our staff, right? So we literally painted our mission statement on the wall for that reason. We want to create a hub of one anothering, and that is so important to what we do. We want to create an environment that people feel comfortable coming, staying, relaxing, being in community with one another, and also coffee shops are known for being that meeting place, right? We've had a lot of people coming in studying for school. We've had a lot of people coming in to have meetings. We want that to continue. And that's a big part of why we did such a large space. I mean, when people think coffee, they think small. It's just the nature. And in South Florida, that's what most places are doing. Not many places have done something like this, 3,000 square feet, big coffee, what's really considered a coffee house. So that's the lane we find ourselves in, and again, we're all about the people, and we want to create a great guest experience. We want it to always be consistent product because we believe our product is good and worth it, but at the end of the day, we want people to remember the experience and how they felt when they came in, from a friendly staff to a clean environment. All those things make that work.
Great. And then is there anything specific about the coffee or the food that people should know about?
Yeah, no, absolutely. So we make our cold brew in-house. It's probably one of our most popular items. People are already starting to know us by that. In addition to that, we do a flavored cold brew, which isn't very common down here. A lot of people will add syrups and stuff to it, but the flavored cold brew has no sugar. It's literally just oil-based in the bean process and the roasting process. So the flavored cold brew, and then of course flavored hot coffees have been a huge hit, which no one's really doing down here. That's more of a thing that happens up north. But we've brought it now to South Florida, and it seems to be a hit so far. So outside of that, also our lunch menu continues to impress people. I think, again, when people come in and they think coffee shop, we're just so different than most coffee shops out there. Our food menu is elaborate, large. With that in mind, we're just different, I guess.
So it's not just a coffee. You can expect, obviously,
Absolutely.
delicious food as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Lunch, breakfast, all the things. The cool thing about coffee culture, which we've enjoyed so much since we've started this journey, has been that there's so many different ways to do it. There's very few wrong ways, but just so many different ways that can be considered right. And that's what makes it fun. You go to a coffee shop down the street, you're going to have a different experience, and you're going to have different coffees, and nothing makes it theirs right or ours wrong or vice versa or anything, which is really intriguing to me, that you can have, kind of that creativity within coffee and coffee culture. So there's really, we've gotten to know a lot of the coffee shop owners. We actually use Wells Coffee. They're our local roaster for our espresso blend. So we've gotten to know a lot of them, and it's just the competitive. It's not there. It's non-existent. We're all like friends, and we all visit each other. Like, it's just kind of a cool culture. We focus on the few things that we know we can do really well, instead of trying to do everything okay and mediocre. Like, we prefer to do a few things really well, and so that's what we feel like we're doing here. There's a lot of right things that we could be doing, but again, I think the more we add into our brand, the more confusing it gets for our guests that come in, and it kind of cloudies the water, or muddies the water, you could say. So we try to stick to the things that we know that we can do well and matter. So.
Awesome. Thank you again for having us today. We really appreciate it, and we wish you much success. And if there's anything that the community can do to support you, please let us know.
Yeah, thank you so much for your time.
All right,
I really
wonderful.
appreciate it.
All right,
Awesome.
thank you.